Number 17, Malia Fujisawa. Number 18, Molly Getzfried. Number 20, Maddie Latino. Number 21, Taylor Pearson. Number 22, Charlie Costa. And in goal, number 10, Noelle Ruta. The head coach of the Hoosiers is Amanda Janney. She is assisted by Kelly Terwilliger and Ayla Hallis. And now the starting 11 for your Pacific Tigers. A junior from Glendora, number 2, Leah Kofer. A sophomore from Somerset West, South Africa, number 5, Savannah Burns. A sophomore from Belgium, number 6, Axel Steffen. A sophomore from Barcelona, number 7, Alicia Munoz. A senior from San Diego, number 10, Malia Robertson. A junior from Glendora, number 12, Kylie Morrison. A freshman from Antwerp, Belgium, number 13, Justine Van Latham. A freshman from San Martin, California, number 17, Taylor Dempsey. A sophomore from Gilroy, number 19, Emma Leach. A junior from Guadalajara, number 21, Ali Campos. And in goal, a junior from Spain, number 00, Laura Pujade. The Tigers are coached by Andy Smith. He's assisted by Laura Spellman and Chris Fry. The athletic trainer is Kaylee Van Valkenburg. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please face towards the south end as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to the University of the Pacific here at the Pacific Field Hockey Turf as we get set for this afternoon's matchup between the Pacific Tigers and the Indiana Hoosiers. Paul Meisens here, glad you could join us. A nice warm Saturday afternoon, about 84 degrees, a little bit of a breeze at times as the Tigers and Hoosiers get set. Both teams enter this afternoon with records of 1-2. The Tigers opened the season with a 4-0 win over Bryant before losing earlier this week on Monday to nationally ranked Syracuse 4-1. And then on Thursday, the Tigers gave up a pair of goals on penalty corners in the final 10 minutes to lose 2-0. While the Hoosiers opened the season also with the win, a 5-0 win over Missouri State before a 3-0 loss at Louisville. And then yesterday, the Hoosiers lost by a 1-0 score at Stanford. So tough battle for them yesterday. They gave up a goal in the first half to trail 1-0, and that turned out to be the final score. This will be the 6th time these two teams have met. The Hoosiers have won all 5 of the previous encounters, with the most recent coming back in 2013 that saw the Hoosiers win 4-1 in Indiana. As the Tigers run on field here in the first half, the Tigers will be going from right to left on the screen, left to right where I'm at, while the Hoosiers in the red will be going from left to right. In goal for the Tigers, the junior Laura Pujade. In front of her, Leah Kofer, Savannah Burns, Axel Steffen, Alicia Munoz, Malia Robertson, Kylie Morrison, Justine Van Latham, Taylor Dempsey, Emma Leach, and Allie Campos, who's still looking for her first goal of the season. She did have the assist in the Tigers' goal against Syracuse. While in goal for the visiting Hoosiers, a freshman from Germany, Noelle Ruta. Also in front of her, Rochelle Stouffer, Nora Acker, Morgan Dye, Kate Barber, Karen Lorite, Malia Fugisawa, and Molly Getzford, Maddie Latino, Taylor Pearson, and Charlie Costa as that ball rolls out of play and we are underway. High ball played forward. Van Latham with it, gets it to Steffen. Now in the middle, it's Robertson with it. Closely guarded by Costa. Steffen to Campos, back to Steffen, but just out of reach, a little too far forward. Campos knocks it away, but goes right to a Hoosier. And the whistle there goes against Munoz. Tigers offense so far this season has been led by the redshirt junior from Glendora, Leah Kofer, who has 3 goals this season after just 2 all of last season. Kofer scored the Tigers' final 2 goals in their opening win against Bryant and then scored the lone goal against Syracuse off a deflection. As Allie Campbell's got the assist on that goal. As the Tigers come on the near side. And the ball kind of mishit, but still finds its way to a Tiger near the top of the circle. Tigers had a chance in that loss against Miami of Ohio. Trailing 1-0, they had a shot go off the post. And then a minute or two later, the Redhawks were able to capitalize on a penalty corner to score and double their lead, which turned into the final score of 2-0. Long sweep forward, deflected by the Hoosiers, and now Indiana with it. Taken away by Steffen. Gets it over to Munoz. Munoz still with it, trying to work her way through, and a whistle there. Burns, the hard line drive towards goal. It's loose in front, still loose. Somehow that got through everybody on goal. And unfortunately for the Tigers, nobody right in front was able to redirect it in. Battle for possession. It's tackled away by the Hoosiers. Tigers opening the season with 5 straight home games, while the Hoosiers opening their season with 5 straight road games. They'll play at Cal on Monday before heading back home to open the season with 5 straight home games. Well, the Tigers will also play tomorrow afternoon at noon against St. Louis before going on a 3-game road trip of their own. And that's played forward, and now it's Steffen with it, and she passes it towards the center, and it's deflected out. Tigers offense looked sharp at the beginning of their game yet on Thursday, unable to score. And once again here this afternoon, coming out sharp. As Robertson plays it into the circle. So perhaps the Hoosiers might have a little bit of heavy legs after playing just yesterday and losing 1-0 to Stanford, as Tigers have a couple subs ready to come in. Teverjak, Laskoski, Camo, and Betancourt all near the center line getting ready to come in, as that's deflected out, caught by Laskoski. It's strike 4, knocked out by Van Latham. So here comes Laskoski and Camo. Costa with it for the Hoosiers as they try to get it into the circle, and they do, and it's knocked out. And we're going to have our first short corner of the afternoon. We've seen the Tigers give up lots of short corners in their games so far. In their win against Bryant to open the season, gave up 13 or 14 short corners, was able to not allow any goals. Both goals, as I mentioned, on Thursday came on short corners as it's played back and then passed to the side, and it's loose. The Tigers defense able to stop the first short corner of the afternoon. Tigers take it away, Betancourt. They'll give it right back. Nice job there by Lorite. Can go through a few players before passing it. On the near side, towards the corner. Tigers with it. Try to play it forward. Initially, looks like the Hoosiers might take it away. Now they do. Quickly, the Hoosiers head towards the circle, but it's taken away by Burns. And now the whistle will give it back to Pacific. Knocked out almost right on the center line. Nice job there by Robertson for the Tigers to get possession. And that long ball forward looking for Laskoski, unable to connect. Leach with it towards the corner as Tuverjack comes in, replacing Kofer. Seen a bunch of subs early on for the Tigers. Yet to see any for the Hoosiers, who you expect at some point to probably substitute a little more than the Tigers after playing yesterday. The Tigers a very deep team. Campos back on for the Tigers. Hoosiers with a nice run on the near line. Robertson slows her down briefly, still battling for it there, and nice job there once again by the redshirt senior from San Diego, Malia Robertson. And now the Tigers with it. A little bit of a break here, headed towards the circle, and it's played towards goal. It's loose. The shot saved by the goalkeeper, still loose. The shot towards goal, saved off the line by a Hoosiers defender. So a couple great chances there for the Tigers, unable to score. A nice job there by the Hoosiers goalkeeper, Ruta, to come out and make the save, and then one of the Hoosiers defenders was able to save it off the goal. Now Puhade off the line. It's still loose in the circle. Nice job there by Burns to tackle it away. Burns still with it. Has Brooks in front. Brooks recently came on. Kofor back on now, and almost as she came on, almost right to the ball, but unable to. As that hit goes all the way over the end line. Steffen back in for the Tigers. Urbanek in for the Hoosiers. There's a couple quick passes for the Tigers. Burns to the near side to Steffen. And play to the corner. Steffen able to get to it. Nice job there. Heading towards the circle. Has it knocked away. Tigers though with it. Shot towards goal. And it's blocked and cleared. Nice job there, Van Latham to take it away. And now Van Latham finds Campos. Campos looking to create room for the shot. And now it's played towards goal, and once again, it's deflected, but that one looked like it found the foot of a Hoosier defender, so the Tigers with their first short corner of the afternoon. Saw on Thursday early on the Tigers trying to get Campos going, set her up on a few, really all but one of the short corners were set up for Campos. Burns was the other one. As Leach will play it in. Near the top, as expected, Burns and Campos. And it's going to be Burns with it. Played towards goal, and it goes just wide. Tigers have to feel like the goal keeps shrinking over the last few games. Lots of good opportunities that have sailed just wide as Burns takes it away and played it looking for Campos, but won back by the Hoosiers. Now the Hoosiers quickly the other way into the near corner, and it able to keep it in, and it's played towards goal. And knocked out. As Laskoski comes back in for the Tigers, replacing Camo. He just played over to the near side now, tries to strike it towards goal. Found the foot of Brooks as Burns nearly takes it away, although the Hoosiers still with it. And now into the circle. And Laskoski gets it clear. Steffen now with it here on the far side near midfield. Plays it forward to Campos. Campos now plays a ball towards the circle. Brooks with it. And a whistle will go against the Tigers. So a good chance there on the counter. Long pass found Campos, and then Campos played it towards the middle near the top of the circle to Brooks. That pass looking for Getzfried. Gets by, but a whistle as Brooks now will come off and Dempsey will come in. Just about a third of, or I should say about 15 minutes in here to the first half. Still scoreless between the Tigers and the Hoosiers. And that finds Dempsey with it here on the far side. Dempsey still with it. Now a battle right here in front of us, and the whistle will go the Tigers' way. As that pass looked like was looking for Tuvberjack, but right in the way was Munoz. As Campos gives chase there. Nice job there by Burns. Plays it into the circle. Dempsey unable to get a shot off. That ball back off the stick of Steffen. Although it eventually goes to Egan, who will play it back to Morrison. Morrison looking for Tuvberjack, unable to connect. Hoosiers now with it. Burns trying to get it back for the Tigers. Ocker plays it forward and ends up finding the stick of Van Latham. And now she found Steffen, who tried to play it forward to Dempsey, but unable to connect. Flip forward, nice job there by Steffen to knock it down right in front of us here on the far side. And now Tuvberjack takes a spill. Robertson comes in replacing Steffen. Egan all the way back to Morrison. And that pass taken away. The Hoosiers here with a bit of a 3-on-1 as it's played toward the top and into the circle with a great chance here. Goalkeeper out, still loose in front. Somehow shot goes a little wide, and then the Tigers eventually play it out. So a good chance there for the Hoosiers on the counter. And now it's Robertson with it. Egan to Morrison, switching sides of the field. Whistle goes against Morrison. Hoosiers now looking to try to get it into the circle. And it does. Right in the center, it goes right to Morrison, who will just hit it out over the far side. That'll get by everybody and roll over the end line. Pass to Tuvberjack. She tried to one-time it to Robertson, but right to the Hoosiers. Tigers back with it. And that ball was going to be played out wide to Van Latham. Morrison to Robertson, unable to control. Now it's Urbanek who plays a ball towards the top of the circle. And the Hoosiers trying to get it into the circle, and once again, there to take it away is Morrison. High ball played forward and almost went directly out of bounds. Munoz anticipated that pass, knocked it away. The Tigers now with it. To play it forward, but knocked down and taken away, but the whistle will give it back to the Tigers. You can hear head coach Andy Smith yelling "Mo" as the pass goes to Morrison, and now to Betancourt, and her pass looking for Robertson goes out of play. Head coach Andy Smith in his third season with the Tigers, while the head coach of the Hoosiers, Amanda Janney, in her first season. Battle for possession in the far side corner. Costa back in for the Hoosiers. As once again, it's Morrison getting out of the circle. Fujisawa will play it back. Campos giving chase, takes a tumble. And that strike towards goal, loose right in front of goal and tipped in. So it looks like the goal scored by senior Rachel Stouffer, and the Hoosiers are in front 1-0. Ball got put in and it was loose, and Stouffer was there to redirect it in, and now looks like we're going to have a timeout called after that goal. So 14:46 remains here in the first half. Hoosiers lead 1-0. The goal from Rachel Stouffer.
One from 16.
And as you could probably hear there, confirming the goal was number 1, Rachel Stouffer. The assist going to Karen Lorite, a senior from Spain. So the Tigers, for the third time in the last 3 games, fall behind. After the timeout, Tigers now trailing 1-0 with possession. Munoz with it. Loses it briefly, although able to come over and take it is Gullidge. And that pass to Robertson unable to be controlled. Urbanek will play it back to Fujisawa, who will play it back to Barber. Barber still with it. Finds Pearson. And then answered a few nice passes. The Hoosiers lose it out of play right at midfield on the near side. Leach with a long ball all the way over to the far side to a wide open Egan. Egan with some room. Goes over to Robertson, who gets into the circle. Still with room. Ball played towards goal. Goalkeeper got a piece of it and was still loose before a Hoosier defender able to clear it. So a nice job there by the goalkeeper. Ruda to come out and get a piece of that. Scramble for possession here, and the whistle will go against the Tigers. And now we're going to have the clock stopped as a Hoosier is shooken up. $13:20 to go here in the first half. As a shaken up player, looked like it was Kate Barber, who looks to be okay. She's not coming out. Robertson wins it, plays it quickly towards Campos, and that's knocked over the end line. Burns over to Munoz. Nice job to get around a defender with the help defense there. Egan will leave it for Burns. Burns then will pass it to Egan in the corner. Back to Burns. Burns spins, heads toward the circle. Now into the circle, will unleash the shot, and it's in! An outstanding goal there by Savannah Burns, creating room for herself and unleashing the back stick shot. So finally the Tigers on the scoreboard. Savannah Burns, the sophomore from South Africa, with her first goal of the season, with 12:38 remaining in the first half, and we are all tied at 1. The Tigers trailed, but
The goal scored by number 5, Savannah Burns.
not for long.
The assist number 8, Catherine Egan.
So Egan gets the assist. A nice 1-2 play as Egan left it for Burns. Burns found Egan in the corner, who then got it back to Burns, and Burns, nice job to get around a defender or two, got it into the circle, created some room, and spinned and unleashed a rocket of a shot into the low right corner. Tigers trailed for just barely 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Leach gets it into the corner to Robertson. Now Burns with it, and that's knocked out of play. Burns over to Leach. Leach will strike it towards goal, and it rolls out of play. Really nice afternoon here in Stockton, mid-80s. A little bit of a breeze, although the field hockey turf, it adds more than a few degrees. As the Tigers take away that pass, looking for Campos, intercepted. And that whistle will go against the Tigers. Urbanek flips it forward. Egan wins it and gets it to Burns. Burns, the Tigers' goal scorer. Tie the game up at 1. A nice individual effort after a pass from Egan. Burns with it. Again, heading towards the circle, looking for room. And it's played into the circle, but ends up right at a stick belonging to a Hoosier. Camo battling, and that whistle will give it to the Tigers. It's left for Burns. Burns sweeps it towards the circle, taken by the Hoosiers. Closely guarded there by Steffen. And that pass looking right in front of us here on the far side, looking for Latino. Too hard for her to handle as Egan will play it back to Morrison. As the Tigers switch sides of the field. Long pass there, finds Leach right at midfield. She then plays it forward, but taken away by the Hoosiers, but quickly taken right back as Gullidge will get it into the corner. A nice spin move there by Campos into the circle. And she plays it towards goal, and it's knocked out by the goalkeeper, Ruta. Burns finds Egan. Egan towards goal. It's loose right in front. A battle looking for a redirection in, and it's in. So a scramble in front of goal, and the Tigers are able to capitalize. As I want to say it's Gulich, and it was. So Kelsey Gulich with the goal, and the Tigers now lead 2-1.
Scored by number 11, Kelsey Gulich.
So Gulich with 8:27 to go before halftime gives the Tigers a 2-1 lead. And I believe it was Egan who played it into the middle, and it was really a scramble for possession. Just a matter of what stick would find it, and it was a Tiger stick as the senior gives the Tigers a 2-1 lead. So the Tigers gave up the first goal, but quickly answering 2 minutes later with Burns' goal, and then a little over 4 minutes after that, Gulich with the goal as Munoz with a card will give the Hoosiers a player advantage. So the first card of the afternoon goes against the Tigers, and so we'll see if the Hoosiers can try to get some momentum as that's played towards goal and will go over the end line. So despite giving up the early goal, the Tigers with a pair of back-to-back goals. 2 goals in a 4 minutes and 11 second span. Saw that in their first game of the season against Bryant, scoring all 4 goals in the first 20 minutes of the game, and then that was it for the rest of the game. Tigers then were held to just 1 goal over their last 2 games against Syracuse and Miami of Ohio, but now a pair of goals here in the first half. 1 minute to go on the card. The Tigers with it on the near corner. Battle for possession. Hoosiers with it on the near side, near midfield. And a nice job there for Burns to take it away. 30 to go on the card to Munoz. As it's into the circle, played towards the top. Tigers with a chance to shoot here. Trying to get through, and now the Tigers will have their their second short corner of the afternoon. As it found a foot of a Hoosier really right in front of the goal. So the time should run out while on this short corner. As Munoz kind of walks towards the center line, getting ready to go on. Tigers first short corner, they set up Burns. See if probably on this one they set up Campos. As Leach will play it in to Robertson. And she plays it back to Robertson, who's unable to control it. Munoz now runs back in after the card. So we're back to even strength as the Hoosiers quickly look to counter. It's Woods with it and tries to play it forward, finds the stick of Munoz, but now the Hoosiers still with it near the top of the circle. Great job there by Robertson to take it away as the Tigers now look to counter the other way. Robertson comes off, Kofer back on. And another nice job there by the Tigers near midfield to take it away as it's Gulich with it. And the whistle goes against the Tigers here. And there's about just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Tigers leading 2-1. It was the Hoosiers who scored first, but goals by Burns and Gulich has the Tigers in front as we near halftime. Exciting first half of play. Both teams have had lots of chances. Back and forth action. And a nice combination pass there on the near side. And now Hoosier shaking her hand, but play continues and now headed towards the circle. A nice job there by the Tigers. Looks like that was Burns to take it away. And her long ball forward gets by a few players and is going to roll all the way over the end line. Tigers take it away at midfield. Now Burns with it, looking for Steffen. Deflected out by the Hoosiers. Hoosiers take it away, and that ball forward gets by Egan and also by one of the Hoosiers. And now we're going to have a stoppage.
We got 3:16.
Clock is slow.
And now we're going to have a stoppage to check on the time remaining. We did have a timeout, also three stoppages for goals. And one of the coaches on Indiana hollering, "Stop dribbling so much and too many errors," as we're trying to figure out how much time is remaining.
We're at 3:16. And the stats are about 3:15. Was there one of the injury timeouts you didn't stop it on?
Maybe, but what time do we have though? What is it? What's right?
We got 3 minutes, 60
What
seconds.
time do you know? What time?
Technically, this is the official clock, so we have
You're the official clock.
So it looks like we're arguing about 15 seconds. Clock says 3:15, 3:16 on it, and she's arguing it should be 3. Really seems a bit much to be stopping the game for a few minutes all over 10 or 15 seconds. Indiana plays it towards the circle. Once again, right there is Morrison. She's been all over that back line. Well, under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. And that pass near the top of the circle and now played towards goal and a little too hard and out of the reach of Claire Woods. And it's sweep forward. Tigers unable to control Indiana. Now with it near midfield, it's Dye. And loses it right near midfield and will go back to the Tigers. To Burns. Burns has it knocked away, and the Hoosiers with a bit of a 3-on-2 here. They hurry Tigers with some defenders closing. Played into the circle to the goal scorer Stouffer. And a collision there. Nice job by Egan to get back on defense. And now Morrison will play it forward. Her pass didn't have a lot on it. Now loose right in front of goal. A scramble. Saved by Pujade. Still loose. Still down. And it's now still loose. And we're going to have a short corner, but a nice save by Pujade as Morrison tried to play a ball forward and flip it, and it kind of mishit it right to a Hoosier who played it forward. And really a great scoring opportunity for the Hoosiers. Now the Hoosiers will have a short corner here late in the first half. Tigers leading 2-1. About a minute 10 to go. shot. And it's, guess who? Morrison once again. She blocks it initially on the shot. Back into the circle and loose. And we're going to have another short corner for the Hoosiers. 30 seconds to go. So likely the last scoring opportunity of the first half as the Tigers try to stop this short corner and go into halftime with a 2-1 lead. It'll be Latino to play it in. And it's set up. The shot is low and it's redirected in. Well, looks like they're going to give the goal to Cameron Gibson. We'll check on that. But either way, in the final seconds of the first half, the Hoosiers are able to score and take the lead, or tie it up, excuse me. 4 seconds remain in the first half. So the Hoosiers with the first and the last goal of the half. Rachel Stouffer scored the game's first goal to make it 1-0 for the Hoosiers. The Tigers came back quickly with back-to-back goals, Burns and Gullidge, to give the Tigers a 2-1 lead. But here in the final seconds of the half, the Hoosiers with a goal to tie it. So we are seconds away from heading into halftime, all tied at 4, as Burns will just hold on to it as the final horn for the half goes off. So after 35 minutes of play, the Tigers and Hoosiers tied at 2. We'll take a break for halftime and be back with the second half. This is Pacific Field Hockey in the Pacific Digital Network. Welcome back as we get set for the second half. The Hoosiers will have the pass back here to get us going. As we are tied at 2 after 35 minutes of play. The Hoosiers here in the second half will be going from right to left on your screen, while the Tigers will be going from left to right. Hoosiers scored the first goal at the 14:46 mark of the left in the first half. Stelford gave Hoosiers a 1-0 lead, and that whistle goes against the Hoosiers. Tigers then, a couple minutes later, scored to tie it up. Burns with a goal. A couple minutes later after that, Gullidge with the goal to give the Tigers a 2-1 lead. But then in the final seconds of the first half, it was Cameron Gibson, the sophomore from Virginia, capitalizing on the short corner with the goal, which has us tied at 2. Back to Morrison, who goes to Gullidge. Their goal gave Tigers the 2-1 lead. Played over to the far side to Dye. Dye plays it towards goal, and that'll roll over the end line. Paul Meiskens here. Glad you can join us on a nice and warm Saturday afternoon here in Stockton on the Pacific Field Hockey Turf. Tigers 4th of 5 games at home to open the season. Tigers will be back at home tomorrow at noon. As played to Munoz. Munoz now with a ball forward looking for Kofer. Kofer has led the Tigers this season with 3 goals. In fact, before the Tigers' 2 goals here, Kofer had scored the Tigers' last 3 goals of the season. The final 2 goals of the Bryant win, and then the Tigers' lone goal against Syracuse. As Leach back to Morrison. And Morrison will have it taken away by Woods. Morrison right there. Woods now plays it towards the circle. And Leach ends up knocking it out of play. So Hoosiers had a bit of a 2-on-1, but unable to capitalize. And now we're going to have another short corner for the Hoosiers. As a whistle went against Morrison to allow the short corner. Tigers have given up a ton of short corners this season. Both of the goals the Tigers gave up against the Redhawks on Thursday were on short corners in the final 10 minutes of the game. And then after the Hoosiers' first goal came during the run of play, they were able to capitalize on the short corner in the final seconds of the half to tie it up. As it's played to the side, and the shot towards goal is loose, and it goes off of the stick of Leach and in. And now we're going to have a discussion. If we could only hear what they're saying. And now they discuss, and we wait for the signal. And it's a goal. So perhaps they were checking to see it came out before going back in for the shot.
Indiana goal scored by number 16, Karen Lorite, up the assist number 20, Maddie Latino.
So number 16, Karen Lorite, gets the goal. The assist from Maddie Latino, and the Hoosiers now lead 3-2. Unfortunate there. Morrison was right there on the goal line and just had to go off her stick and in. Unable to stop it and keep it out. So after the Tigers with a pair of goals to take the lead, now back-to-back goals by the Hoosiers to retake a 3-2 lead as the Tigers with it in the circle. Now pass it back. And now Burns spins, gets through a couple players once again. Burns still with it. And the whistle there looks like it went against Campos. So once again, the Tigers giving up a pair of goals on the short corners. Burns with it with some room. Gets by 2 defenders. Still with it on a long run. Burns gets it up. And now the ball finds its way back to Burns into the near corner. But the Hoosiers are able to take it away and try to clear. Whistle. Possession to the Tigers. Burns heading towards the circle. Has it knocked away, and now the Hoosiers looking to counter. Plays it forward, deflected by Van Latham. Tigers with it in the near corner, looking to get it into the circle and try to find an equalizer quickly. 30 minutes to go. As it's into the circle, played over to Campos. Campos trying to find some room to get off his shot. And it's still loose in the circle and finally cleared. And that's going to be a short corner for the Tigers. You can hear head coach Andy Smith yelling, "That's a short corner, thank you," as it's signaled, and now a timeout is called. So 29:37 to go here in the second half. As a timeout is called, likely so they can discuss and set up the short corner here as the Tigers looking to try to quickly counter. Tigers gave up the opening goal of the contest, but a little over 2 minutes later able to equalize, and then about 4 minutes after that able to score to retake the lead. So seeing the Tigers score goals in quick periods. And we'll see if Tigers can set something up here and capitalize on a short corner. Campos, Burns, perhaps Munoz. Targets here as the Tigers look for the equalizing goal. Just under 30 minutes to go here. It'll likely be Leach to play it in. And it will be Leach to head over and take it. Likely will be played to Robertson and then setting up either Burns or Campos as it's a whistle. We'll redo it. And pass back unable to be controlled by Robertson, so the Tigers waste a short corner opportunity there. Robertson unable to knock it down. Costa with it for the Hoosiers. And Tigers able to knock it away. Munoz knocks it away. Betancourt with it. Plays it forward looking for Munoz. But right to a Hoosiers defender. With that ball forward taken away right to Steffen. Steffen plays it towards the circle looking for Munoz. And the whistle goes against the Tigers. That ball forward finds its way to Leach. Leach, some stick handling there, looking for Betancourt. And nice job there by Leach to anticipate that pass and take it away. Still with it to Betancourt, to Burns. Burns with some nice stick handling there. And it's eventually taken away by Ocker. Leach. High ball forward right along the far sideline, knocked out. Burns now over to take it. And she say diagonal strike towards the middle of the circle, but taken away by the Hoosiers quickly. Indiana coming the other way. Here comes Costa with it. Gets by Leach. Costa still with it. Will now play it into the circle, and it comes free and taken by Munoz, but she has it taken right away by Pearson. Munoz now with it. Almost looked like both sides are expecting a whistle that never came. Play continues, and that ball taken away by Gullidge. Gullidge with a goal here this afternoon, which gave the Tigers a 2-1 lead. Although it's now the Hoosiers who lead by the score of 3-2 here in the second half. A goal in the final seconds of the first half tied it, and then the Hoosiers able to capitalize on the short corner once again to start the second half to take the lead. Laskoski and Egan ready to come in for the Tigers. 4 subs near midfield for the Hoosiers. And that ball is played into the circle, and it's a scramble in front. Munoz comes off for Laskoski. As Robertson now with it on the far near side to Steffen. Steffen plays it in the middle, and it's Campos. Right next to her is Gullidge. Campos now tried to play it into the circle, but right to the stick of Costa for the Hoosiers. Tigers take it away. Gullidge towards the near corner. Plays it back, and now the Tigers look like they were going to try to switch sides of the field, but still with it there on the near side. Gets into the circle, but the Hoosiers are able to play it out, and now a big collision there and no whistle. And now there's a whistle. Laskoski collided with one of the Hoosiers, and down she went and play on. And that ball goes over the side. Egan right in front of us here on the far side. Looked for Burns, was a little bit behind her. Right to the Hoosiers, who just play a long ball forward. And that's going to roll all the way over the end line towards the near corner. And it's some subs for both sides. Munoz and Dempsey in for the Tigers. 24 minutes to go here in the second half. Both the Tigers and the Hoosiers looking to even their record to 500, as both off to 1-2 starts this season. Both teams have lost 2 straight after season and opening wins. Although both have lost to nationally ranked opponents. Tigers lost to the Syracuse Orange, while the Hoosiers lost just yesterday to Stanford 1-0. It's played into the circle, but will go over the end line. Played over to Swope. Hoosiers a couple passes, but able to take it away there is Betancourt, who will play it to Egan here on the far side. Really 3 Hoosiers surrounding her. That pass there
At speed, Kelsey, at speed!
finds Gullidge. Gullidge into the near corner. As it's like it's Munoz over there who tried to play it into the circle but had it knocked away. But the Tigers temporarily get it but lose it right back. Couple nice quick passes there. Back to Burns it goes. Burns with one of the 2 Tigers goals here this afternoon. Again, knocked over the end line. Burns will bring it back and take it. Lots of bodies in the circle. It's played into the near corner to Munoz, who plays it across the goal mouth, and it goes in, but unfortunately it was not deflected in by a Tiger who was in the circle. Quite the strike there from the corner for Munoz. Just Tigers unlucky that no one there to direct it in and have it count. Urbanek unable to control it on the near side. She loses it over the side. That pass to Burns taken away. But Burns battling to get it back. Burns still with it, spins. Now heads towards the circle, gets it over to Gullidge, played into the circle. And the Hoosiers are able to play it out over the near side. 21 minutes to go exactly. That ball played into the circle, and it's the Hoosiers able to clear once again. Betancourt unable to hold it. Getting ready to come in for the Hoosiers is the goal scorer, Stouffer. The coach telling her to help out with the center forward marking. As that ball finds Latino, who got the assist on the last goal. As she now heads into the circle and has a chance, unleashes a shot, and it's in. So Latino with all sorts of room, able to beat Pujade to the far side, and the Hoosiers now with 3 straight goals, and they lead 4-2.
What's the time left? 2010 left.
So the goal scorer Latino,
Now, he scored that. 13 from 20.
so
13 from 20.
Guys, if you get a little for Karen, please.
or it looks like actually it was Morgan Dye who scored the goal on the deflection. Either way,
Just get going, just get going.
the Hoosiers now lead 4-2 with under 20 minutes to go.
Good. Build it. Here's some help.
Pearson with it. And that ball played towards goal and rolls just wide. Well, the Tigers gonna need some goals in bunches here. 19:15 to go, and the Tigers trail by 2. Munoz leads back in for Pacific. And it finds its way, and here comes Munoz with it. Back to Burns. Burns looking for Stefan. Hoosiers now with it. It's played in the circle, cleared. Tigers though with it. Dempsey. Battle for possession there in the near corner. And that ball tried to play forward, taken by the Tigers. Ball played back, and that pass is anticipated, and the Hoosiers on the break once again. Leach charging hard to get back as Stouffer with it. Scored their first goal of the game as the Tigers defense able to get back. Leach, nice job to slow her down. And then the help defense able to play it clear. Campos back on for the Tigers. Leach with it. Nice couple passes there by the Tigers. And now the whistle against Indiana. Leach with it here on the far side. Plays a long ball forward, looking for Laskowski, but unable to connect. Nice job there by Betancourt. Take it away. Couple passes, now it's Burns with it. Munoz plays it towards goal. And behind Laskowski and out of play. Long ball played forward, taken away by Leach. Leach gets around one. Hoosier plays it forward, looking for Laskowski, but that unable to connect. Ocker plays it forward, looking for Volgraf. Leach was going to play it back to Morrison, and good thing she didn't, as the Hoosier was ready to try to break through and take that away, as it's now Tuverjak with it, back to Morrison. 15:40 and counting to go here in the second half. Tigers trailing 4-2. Tigers back-to-back goals to take a 2-1 lead late in the first half, but even later in the first half, final seconds, Hoosiers tied it up, and Hoosiers with a pair of goals here in the second half as the Tigers trail 4-2. As that's played back, and now will come here on the far side in front of us to Ocker. Ocker with lots of room. Plays it right in front of the Tigers bench, and it's knocked out. Dye plays it into the circle. Once again, right there to take it away is Morrison. Munoz. Backtracking. Trying to make some room, and she does. Finally plays it forward off of the stick of Tuverjak and forward. Here come the Tigers with a chance. Campos will play it into the circle. Goalkeeper out. Still loose. Goalkeeper out, and that just rolls out of the reach of Campos, who's able to chase it down, but a good chance there. As Campos played it forward, and Laskowski with the goalkeeper out, unable to get it by the goalkeeper. That was loose, and Tigers unable to get a shot off on the open goal. Turnover there. Leach looking for Burns. Burns with it into the circle, and She draws the short corner. Nice job there by Burns. Trying to almost split two defenders. Draws the foul. So Tigers with another short corner. Really, Tigers haven't had very many short corners in the game or on the season. Short corner earlier, Robertson was unable to control the pass back. Burns and Campos, the likely two to get set up on this. Burns with the goal earlier this afternoon. Campos still looking for her first goal of the season. As it's played back, and it's Burns, and it's off the post. Still loose in front. Battle, still loose, the scramble. And it's going to be another short corner. Seems like the Tigers have been really unlucky this season. Unable to get a stick on it and redirect it in. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go here. Tigers looking for a goal to cut the deficit down to 1 as it's played back. And once again, it's Burns with it. Her shot redirected and in. So finally the Tigers able to capitalize on a short corner. And no idea who tipped that one in, but either way, the Tigers with the goal. So it looks like they're going to credit Burns with the goal.
12:24 remaining. Scored by number 5, Savannah Burns.
So Burns with the goal, her second of the afternoon, as wasn't redirected. It just went off the goalie and up and in, as with it going up high into the goal. It almost, you would think, was redirected, but just a hard shot off the goalie and up and in. So Burns, her second goal of the afternoon, and that's a trip, and fortunately for the Tigers, no card. No. The Hoosiers, who had scored 3 straight goals, Tigers finally score a goal and trail 4-3 with about 11:40 to go, as Hoosiers slip and slide there. Give away Betancourt with it, plays it forward to Campos, but Campos has it taken away. And eventually it finds its way back to Campos. Campos with it, looking to spin and create some room. Is able to get it into the circle barely before it's cleared, and rolls over here on the far side. Leach comes over. Leach try to get it into the circle, and it's right to a Hoosier stick. Leach loses it. Hoosiers now on a break. Played forward towards the circle. A one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Puhade, a nice job to cut down the angle and save it. Absolutely outstanding effort there by the goalkeeper, Laura Puhade, as the Hoosier forward was in on goal with just the keeper to beat, and Puhade comes up and gets the save to keep us a 1-goal deficit. As the collision there, and the whistle goes against the Tigers. Knocked away by Munoz. Eventually, a couple passes, then it's back to Munoz. Passes it to Tuverjak, back to Munoz, and Munoz runs out of room here on the far side.
Coaches, 10 minutes.
10 minutes to go. Indiana leading Pacific 4-3. A high-scoring affair. Indiana led 1-0 in the first half. Tigers back-to-back goals to take a 2-1 lead before Hoosiers' goal in the last seconds of the half tied it. Hoosiers then a pair of goals to open the second half before Savannah Burns' second goal of the afternoon has it a 4-3 game. As Stefan with it. Stefan still with it a long run, looking to create some room, gets it to Tuverjak. Tuverjak into the circle, near the front of goal. Campos battling, falls down. Still a scramble for possession. Players slipping all over the place, and now a stoppage as down and looking like she is in some pain is Morgan Dye. Dye, who was credited with the goal earlier,
9-12.
as 9 minutes and 12 seconds remain. And once again, the Indiana coach complaining about something. This time, if Andy can coach on an injury, and she asked the ref, and they said yes, he can. And so now she's doing the same. Looks like perhaps a cramp, although that's just pure speculation. You're kind of shaking the left leg, and now she's being helped up and gingerly walking towards the sidelines is the junior from Powell, Ohio, Morgan Dye. The arm around, being helped off. Kind of a extra timeout here with just over 9 minutes to go. Tigers will be back at home tomorrow afternoon at noon, the final game of a 5-game season opening homestand before the Tigers will then hit the road and head to Virginia to play VCU. They'll also play Delaware, and they'll return home but be on the road for a game at UC Davis before returning home on September 27th for a 12 noon game against Missouri State. All of those home games, which we will have for you on the Pacific Digital Network. So, after the injury timeout, we will resume. And the Tigers will just play it out and give possession to the Hoosiers. Tigers take it away near midfield. Tuverjack over to the far side to Leach. Leach unable to control it, and it's going to roll out right towards me. Latino leaves it as Ocker will come take it, and she will play it back to Barber, then plays it over to the near side. So the Hoosiers switching sides of the field, and taking it away for the Tigers at midfield is Burns. Burns with 2 goals on the afternoon, and she's been all over the place. And it's played into the circle. Munoz battling, and the whistle will go against Pacific. Under 8 minutes to go. And a nice job there by Munoz to take it away. The pass back to Munoz. Goalkeeper out. It's loose in front. Munoz unable to get a stick and play it towards goal. And a nice job there by Munoz to steal the pass and set things up. And again, a loose ball in the circle. Tigers unable to get a stick on it as Morrison smashes it towards goal, and it's loose into the air in front of goal. Still loose. Under 7 minutes to go. Burns back to Morrison. Morrison into the circle. It's loose. Hoosiers with it.
Hey! She's inside the circle! Gus, she's inside the circle!
You can hear head coach Andy Smith yelling. She's in the circle. Wanted a high hit to be called there and give the Tigers a short corner. Burns into the circle. Takes a spill. No whistle. Ball cleared all the way to the far side corner. And now a stoppage as a Tiger is down. Looks like that's Burns having a tough time to get up. Indiana doing their best to run off time, hoping the clock can't move fast enough for them. Morrison. A hard ball forward, ends up finding Burns near midfield, but she's unable to control it. A battle. And no whistle. Play on. Tigers, Campos with it. Heading towards the circle. Gets it over to Munoz. Munoz loses it, but a whistle against the Hoosiers. Burns into the circle. Knocked over the end line. Tigers wanting a short corner called. Morrison has it played back to her. She'll play it towards goal into the circle. Finds its way to Burns. And now the Hoosiers get it out of the circle. Munoz tried to take it away. 5.5 minutes to go. Tigers trailing 4-3, looking for the goal to tie it. Hoosiers play the ball forward, ends up finding Leach. Now back to Morrison. Now Van Latham to Leach. To Burns. Burns strikes it towards goal. Burns on it. Burns had put it in, and it's played towards goal. And Burns hoping that it was going to be off the foot of a Hoosier to give him a short corner. But it's off the stick. Burns still with it. Closely guarded, gets by one. Nice help defense there by the Hoosiers. And the Hoosiers with a bit of a 2-on-1. A bunch of Tigers quickly closing. Ball played diagonally. Nice ball there, finding an open player on the move. The shot towards goal. Fortunately for the Tigers, goes just wide. And Hoosier right in front looking for the redirection. Unable to get to it. And so the lead for the Hoosiers remains 4-3 with just over 4 minutes to go. Bettencourt. Her pass knocked away. Leach, nice job to get to it. And now a battle for possession at midfield. And Munoz thought the whistle was going for the Tigers, but it's against them. Hoosiers certainly in no rush here. Pearson plays it back. Over here on the far side. A couple quick passes and that long ball forward. And fortunately for the Tigers, a whistle against the Hoosiers as would have had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper once again. Pujade came up with a big save earlier to keep the deficit at 1. And it finds its way to Laskowski to Munoz. Munoz plays it towards the circle. Steffen draws a whistle. Timeout with 2:58 to go. So we're going to have a field goalie. Morrison will put it on. Saw the Tigers last season have their after the goalie change like this, Tigers score in the final moments to tie the game. So 3 minutes to go. Tigers looking for a tying goal. As it's back to Leach. Leach, the line drive. And the whistle goes against the Tigers. Nice ball there, played to Woods. And played towards goal, and now in danger of giving up a goal with an empty net, and that's probably going to be a goal, and it is. So Sydney Supika with the empty net goal, and the Hoosiers now lead 5-3. So Tigers pulled the goalie, and very quickly.
Indiana goal scored by number 2, Sydney Supika. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left.
So with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, the Tigers now trail 5-3. So pulled the goalie to have an extra attacking option, and it didn't work out like hoped. As it's played into the circle, looking for Campos, and that whistle will go against the Tigers.
2 minutes.
2 minutes remain. Indiana in no rush. Ahead to that taken by Burns. Now into the circle, and it's right to the stick of a Indiana Hoosier, who will play it up, and Leach with it to Campos. Campos takes a spill, and it's the Hoosiers with it. Nice job there by Tuverjack. And her pass to Steffen gets by her, but Laskoski able to chase it down. Into the corner, and now in front. It's loose. The shot. Munoz right in front of the goal. Almost tried to tomahawk it in with her stick. Unable to get the deflection, and now we're under a minute to go. And the Tigers trailing 5-3. It's like they're about to fall to 1-3 on the season, while the Hoosiers will move to 2-2. "35 seconds and counting." Tigers not giving up, looking for a goal. That's knocked over the end line. Burns to Morrison. Morrison lines it towards goal, and it's deflected over.
10 seconds.
And that should all but do it here this afternoon as the final seconds are ticking off. And that'll do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score, Indiana 5, Pacific 3. We hope you'll join us right here at Pacific Field of Turf tomorrow at noon when the Tigers take on the Billikens of St. Louis. Thank you for your support of Tiger Field Hockey, and please drive home safely.
So the Tigers fell behind 1-0 with about 15 minutes to go in the first half, but Tigers were able to respond back-to-back goals. Burns and Golic had the Tigers in front before a goal off a short corner in the final seconds of the half tied it at 2. Hoosiers scored the first 2 goals of the second half to make it 4-2, and the Tigers were able to get that lead cut in half as Burns, with her second goal of the afternoon, made it 4-3, but then the Tigers, after pulling the goalkeeper, gave up the empty goal. And that would be the final score as the Indiana Hoosiers defeat the Pacific Tigers 5-3. So that'll do it here this afternoon. The Tigers, as mentioned, will be back home tomorrow afternoon at noon to end their 5-game homestand to open the season with a noon game against St. Louis. So we can hope you can join us. As that'll do it for Corey Crawley, I'm Paul Meitzen, and everybody else. Thank you for watching. As the Indiana Hoosiers defeat the Pacific Tigers 5-3, this was Pacific Field Hockey on the Pacific Digital Network.